It's been an emotional start to rookie running back Brian Robinson's career. He gets mic'd up for his much-anticipated season debut. With 10 sacks in their last 2 games, the defensive line is finding its groove, and it's not just the guys you expect. We go inside the film room to look at Washington's depth. And the pressure isn't the only success Ron Rivera's squad is having lately. We tackle both the good and the bad in a game of interesting or important.
Big dog, back on track, we ain't gonna stop, man.
We start with big news from over the weekend. Multiple reports are saying the Commanders quarterback Carson Wentz suffered a fracture in the ring finger of his throwing hand in last Thursday's victory over the Bears. After the game, Wentz told reporters that his hand was feeling a little bit sore. He is now expected to visit a hand specialist for further evaluation. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Command Center. I'm Michael Jenkins alongside Logan Paulsen and Fred Smoot. How you boys doing?
Great, man. How are you?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, that's been a while.
Especially for you, Smoot.
Good to see you, brother.
Well, I hate to start off with this, but for the second time in 2 seasons, even though Carson Wentz lasted a little bit longer into this year, this team is without their starting quarterback.
Yeah, obviously that's a tough situation to be in, and we don't know for sure what's going on, but anytime, like you were saying, Fred, you see a specialist, that doesn't always bode well for anything. So hopefully you get good news out of that, but if not, somebody's going to have to step up.
First of all, I want to congratulate him on finishing that game. He showed that he was a warrior.
Yep.
Nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody wants to talk about the 99 yards he threw. What about the fact 2 quarters he kept going? And I was wondering why he kept putting his hand into his warmer, and because he had a broken finger. So first of all, kudos to him on that one, but you never want to lose your quarterback, 1. 2, you never want him out multiple weeks, and that's what it looked like he's going to be in this situation.
So if Carson misses time, that would mean Taylor Heinicke takes over as starting quarterback. Last season, he completed just more than 64% of his passes for 3,419 yards to go along with 20 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. And Heinicke also a threat with his legs at times, rushing for 313 yards and a touchdown. Time for our mission debrief, brought to you by the Washington Times. Guys, how does this offense change now with Taylor Heinicke as the starting quarterback for this team?
I actually think, if you look at what he did in training camp, he does have a very high mastery level of the offense. And anytime you bring a new quarterback in like Carson Wentz, everyone talks about his physical tools. He's got to learn the offense.
Yep.
Heinicke's been here for a year and a half. Like, he knows the offense. He understands how it works. He understands the timing and the rhythm and the philosophy that Scott Turner's trying to engage here. So I think that's an advantage, right?
Yep.
That supports all the skill players. You basically become a point guard. Now, you lose some of that deep kind of passing game that Carson Wentz brings, but I think overall you get a much more efficient offense, I think, with him at the helm.
I think it's like basketball. When you get 6th man of the year, all right, you feel like that 6th man is a starter. When I say you put Heinicke in, I don't feel like I'm putting a backup in. I feel like I'm just re-injecting another starter in this situation. Like Logan said, he knows the playbook. He knows the players. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to stop or shut down anything on this offense. And I think he actually gives you the small plays, the quick slants, the third downs. I say, look at the next couple of weeks and see how good do we get, how better do we get on third down. That'll tell you a lot about the Heinicke effect.
So we know he has more experience than most backup quarterbacks, but at the same time, you still have to develop that timing with receivers. Yeah. How does he do that, being inserted into the lineup this quickly?
Well, I think he already has the timing with Terry. Terry already trusts him. Curtis already trusts him. He's been there through training camp. He was here all year long. I think their relationship is there. I think you just got to date her for a while and take her to the movies, and then everything will be back comfortable.
No, I totally agree. I think anytime you got a quarterback on the roster, you develop chemistry with them. You throw routes on there. You throw 7-on-7. Like, they get those reps, especially in training camp, so I don't think it'll be a huge adjustment. Totally agree with Fred.
So last year against the Packers, also in Week 7, Heinicke went 25 of 37, 268 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Does that familiarity help a little bit here?
I mean, I think 100%.
Yeah.
Anytime there was a team that we had played before, it was always much easier to get ready for because you understood the scheme, you understood defensively what they were going to try to do. Yeah. You kind of remember from the last appearance, they had some success doing this, they'll probably come back to that. Yeah. So I think for a young guy like Taylor, like having that game experience against a team like that is going to be critical.
Knowing that personnel, like he said, he knows their personnel. He went against that personnel last year. And let's not act like he didn't grow up a Packers fan. He will be ready for this game, his reintroduction. Like, let me reintroduce myself. I think everything bodes great for him in this situation. And I know one thing about it. He brings energy to this team.
Yep.
When he makes plays, this team responds to him.
Well, over the past couple of weeks, one of the positives for this Washington team is their running game has come alive a little bit, helped them perform, particularly last week against Chicago. How do you sort of balance that out against what Heinicke brings to the table?
No. continue to run, let the run game dictate terms, all right? But don't think you have to shrink this playbook because he's in there. All right, if you're going to push the ball downfield, I think he can push the ball downfield. Whatever you need him to do, he can do. But what I do want them to do is a little bit more J.D. McKissick, all right? That means you might have to run the ball 5 more times than you used to. A little bit more A.G. and Ken Robinson in there. We have a 3-headed monster here that I think have the ability to dictate terms.
Well, I totally agree, and I think what you said about the small throws, those small plays, those are drive extending plays, and when you extend drives, running backs get more touches. And so if you want to run the ball more, be better on 3rd down, and I think he might give you an opportunity to do that.
Yep.
There is a lot of talent in that Washington backfield. And last Thursday against the Bears, we saw some of that talent on display. Commanders running back Brian Robinson scoring his first career touchdown to help Washington cement that win. The moment capped off an emotional stretch for him after suffering gunshot wounds in late August. Robinson making his remarkable return to action just 6 weeks later in Week 5 against the Titans. We mic'd him up for the game, so let's check it out.
All right, bud, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I signed a deal in my city on a private jet.
Man, appreciate you. Let's go get out there today.
No definitely.
Let's go. You got to go take it. Thing is, trust your abilities. Trust the process. Be detailed in everything you do, man, and go play. All right, you guys got me? Here we go, 8.
Hey, man. Hey, let's play balls to the wall, like JD said, man. The whole day, bro. Let's impose our will on these dudes, man. RBs on 3, 1, 2, 3, RB.
Boy, you got an amazing story, boy.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, look at you run. Let's go, bro. Let's go! We back! We back! Let's go! We back! Next. Have it on y'all mind today, bro. I'm on that. Have it on your mind today. I'm on that.
Oh, I know you on that.
Let's go.
Come on, man.
Have it on your mind. Well, I can't believe this right now, bro. I can't lie. I can't even believe right now. I'm back on. I done dissing on myself and rags on. Come on, bro.
Smile, baby.
Let's do it, bro.
Smile, let's have some fun, all right?
Most definitely. Come on, bro. You want to win? Come on, bro. Damn, it's on the 2nd down, bro. I'm too anxious, bro. Hey, we starting with a run, bro. I'm coming, bro. Just come on, bro. Let's get some going. Let's go.
Brian Robinson is on the field. His first NFL touch. He's a handoff. Running left, around the side, and down the sideline.
Whatever you want to do, how you look to play the game.
I got you. Hey, keep playing fast. Let's go. Yeah. I did.
Not tell nobody.
I did. I told y'all.
Talking wild over this.
Hey, dominate the freaking line of scrimmage. Dominate the line of scrimmage. Let's run this thing. You know this boy's gonna hit it. You know he's gonna hit it. Let's go.
Every time, that's how we start. Hey everybody, AG said I'm mic'd up so he don't want to talk to me. I can play 5, I can play 10, don't matter. I just want to win, fool. That's what I want. I don't care if I have 3 yards in the win, it don't matter. If I did what I had to do to help the team win, no sweat.
Run the hell out of this football. Let's go get this.
And there's timing at running back.
They go back to him here. Trying to get to the outside. Wentz throws a block that Robinson uses. And then Josh Kalu makes the tackle after a 6-yard.
You gotta trust. You gotta keep trusting and run.
2nd and 7. Wentz taking a deep shot, and it is caught! Brown again! What a catch by De'Ami Brown!
Yeah! Hey! What's down? I told you.
Welcome back, man.
Man, appreciate it, bro. Keep going, bro. Yeah! Man, that ain't, bro. I'm trying to get my feet back up under me, bro. Get my dog. DN! I still slam your Derek.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro? You good?
You doing all right?
Yeah, you
Been
good?
praying for you, dog.
Man, appreciate it, bro.
Stay with
So,
it.
you keep doing you.
What up with you? Damn, bro.
Good game, bro.
Hey! Still, y'all get the pick. Man, shut up. What's the line at? Hey, Payne! Dog, bro. Oh, y'all boys, man. Y'all balling, man.
Hey, that came to the wild bit, bro.
Great to see him back, and make sure you're there this Sunday to see Brian Robinson Jr. and the Commanders host the Packers at 1 o'clock. It is the team's annual alumni homecoming game featuring a pregame celebration with our Super Bowl champions in the Legends Plaza. Get your tickets right now at commanders.com/tickets. Coming up next, the Washington defense has been making a living in the opponent's backfield, and it's been a group effort. We send Logan and Fred inside the film room to highlight their success. Washington's defense has recorded an impressive 10 sacks this season, with Montez Sweat recording 3 of those. But he's certainly not the only one, with 7 different Commanders defenders recording 1 sack. To talk about Washington's depth on the defensive line, we go inside the film room.
Fred, we're going to take a look today at this defensive line, but specifically 2 guys. We're going to take a look at Casey Tuhill and F.A. Obata, because everyone knows these other guys. Everyone knows Sweat, Payne, Allen, right? Those are the big names.
Yep.
But you're getting great production out of guys like F.A. right here. And I think these are some individual plays and then how they work together within the context of the defense.
All right.
This first one, Coach, they're doing a nice up and inside move here. John's going to cry on the outside, and I think what you see here is just an excellent job. This is one of the best left tackles in the NFL.
I was about to say, this line is one of the best lines in the NFL.
Absolutely. And so for him, F.A. right here to kind of work this inside move, understand how he's working with his boy John.
Yep.
Right? And then great. You said something to me about his hands. Talk to me about
great
his hands.
hand. First of all, not great hands, but watch him set it up shoulder,
Yeah.
his outside shoulder to his inside shoulder.
Yeah.
Take it back there.
Yeah.
And that's where he wins at. Now, all he had to do is get these hands out the way, and that's a clear path to the quarterback. So he won once he got his outside shoulder to his inside shoulder, and there go how you win right
I love
there.
it. And then you got to finish that play, too, against a quarterback that can run. And you love getting that production from guys who are kind of rotational guys, right?
You only good as your backups. And
Right.
if your backups can come in and have the same production as your starters, now you got a chance to compete in this league.
Absolutely, man. I love that. And then here, Casey Tuhill, again, guys that don't get maybe the name recognition,
Yeah.
but they're winning one-on-ones and
Well,
pass
I'm going to
rush.
give him a name. Casey 2 Chains, all right? We're going to call him Casey 2 Chains because he's making plays.
Absolutely,
He's making waves.
man. Yeah.
So let's see 2 Chains work right here.
Yeah, and again, you talked about the hands with F.A., right?
Mm-hmm.
Hands here, too. Watch this move right here. Seeing the tackle kind of slow playing it,
Mm-hmm.
leaving that left hand outside. You don't want to do that as a tackle and then just say, get out of here. I'm going to run the corner here. And the only thing the tackle can do now is what?
Chase.
Yeah,
that's
chase.
what I tell him. He can just chase him and hold him.
Right.
And that's what he's going to do. And guess what? This holding call is the same as a sack. And most people don't get that.
I love that you brought that up because
Yep.
fans don't get that. It doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but here it's going to show up, right?
Mhm.
So again, love that they're doing that individually, but they're also working together at a really high level, right?
And that's what you have to do as a pair. All right, left, right in, you have to work as a pair.
Love it. And again, here we go. John likes to work this quick scrim up the field. Casey, again, understands who he's working with.
Yeah.
Starts high and then comes back underneath, fills the gap, and then F.A. I love how he fights through the down here. let's take a quick look at it, right? Understanding your team, where you get in where you fit in, right?
Yep.
Understanding John's getting high, you come underneath, there's nowhere to go, push them right to your buddy.
And watch when these guys get even with the quarterback. Knowing who Ryan Tannehill is as a runner, they're not going to keep going up this field. They're going to retract their steps, and they're going to find him, and they're going to meet for a sandwich right there. They're going to say, you know what? It's lunchtime on Tannehill, and we're going to meet for a sandwich right there, and they do.
Absolutely. And then, so as pass rushers, they fit in, and then as a run game, too. They're going to run a little RPO here, right?
Yep.
This fake the handoff, you can keep it going this way. And again, you have to be playing the gap sound, disciplined football. Watch Casey. Doesn't even deviate from this line, right? He knows Cole's got the back. Do your job in the context of the defense. And then you pointed something out to me with FA on the front side, understanding where his gap is. And again, both these guys playing hard, tackling the back.
Understanding how Jacksonville is trying to attack you, and now you can counterattack them. Yeah, you right here, he has not only that run inside gap, if that gap bubbles, he has to go get that too. So he understands where his body has to be at.
Yeah, love it. And again, guys just doing what they're supposed to do. And again, that elevates a defense. That elevates this group. But the other thing that I love about both these guys is that they are playing their faces off right now. Here's FA, here's Casey. And again, this is one of my favorite games from the Chicago game. Maybe not the most exciting game, but this is an exciting play.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's called 100 miles in running. I know you're too young for that one, but 100. This guy actually runs 100 yards on this play, never gives up.
Right, here's FA right here. He's pursuing it from the backside. Still running.
Won't stop running.
And again, Casey's on the ground over here. Like
I was about to say, look at this pile. That's Casey 2 Chainz in this pile right here.
But then he gets up. FA redirects. And watch these boys run. Watch them run here. They're coming after this thing.
I will meet you at the running back. This is how you stay hired in the NFL.
Right.
No quit, no give up. And this is an important play in this game because it gives you another chance to play red zone defense.
And they get the 4th down stop on that.
And that's what I'm talking about.
And that's what great depth gives you. And that's what good production from those guys gives you. Man, I can't wait to see what they do against the Green Bay Packers coming up this week.
In honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the Washington Commanders Charitable Foundation is selling a limited edition Command the Cure t-shirt to promote breast cancer awareness and support local women battling breast cancer. T-shirts are $30 a piece, and net proceeds from those sales go towards helping support breast cancer patients and research. Visit commanders.com/BCA shirt to get yours while supplies last. Still to come. With 6 weeks under our belt, we'll take a look at where Washington stacks up against the rest of the league in a game of interesting or important. Welcome back to Command Center. Continuing coverage of our top story regarding Commanders quarterback Carson Wentz. Multiple reports are indicating that Wentz suffered a fractured finger in his throwing hand in last Thursday's win against the Bears. If Wentz is unable to go, backup quarterback Taylor Heinicke is expected to take over as the starter. Well, if you listen to Ron Rivera, you know he's always talking about if something is interesting or important. So what I'm going to do is rattle off some stats, guys, and you tell me if it's interesting or important. Starting with this, the Commanders have the 4th best third down defense in the NFL. Logan, interesting or important?
I think it's important. I think it's important because I think they struggled so mightily in that category last year. And I think when you look at the team, especially over the last 4 or 5 weeks, they've played really, really well. And I think that's a statistic that reflects that improvement in their play. And I think it is. I think it's important.
Alex, can I have both? I think it's interesting and important.
Not the way this works.
Listen, it's both because you know what? That's a very good stat. Logan is right. You have to be good on third down to be good in this league. But it don't feel like it. It feels like you're playing Jedi mind tricks on me right now because when you have to make the play and you have to make that down in the game, I don't feel like we've always made that third down play.
But Smoot, how much of that is because the offense has been struggling? You know, they've been out in the field for more third downs probably than they're used to being out there for. Like, how is that a factor for you?
I think it is a factor.
It should be a factor.
When Logan cried me a river. At the end of the day, hey, third down is very key to you winning football games, but the key to it is also making timely plays when the game is on the line.
You mentioned the offense. Here's another one. Washington is averaging 17 points per game. That's 29th in the NFL. Interesting or important?
Important. That's very important.
Yes.
You don't score.
And
also interesting. Because you don't score, you don't win in this league. And we know what they can do. We've seen them put up points, quick, fast points. But can you do it continuously? Can you do it for 4 quarters? We haven't seen this offense play a total of 4 quarters in one game yet.
I mean, I totally agree. It is interesting. It's relevant. It's maybe the most kind of significant statistic in this team's record at the moment, right? They can't put up points. They can't sustain drives. That's not great, you know. And so when the defense is playing well, the offense has to pick it up. And I think that stat needs to improve for them to get there.
Back to the defense. Interesting or important, the Commanders are 4th in the NFL with 19 sacks.
I think I'm going to say it's interesting. It's interesting. And I think it's also important. What are we doing here?
All right.
It's also important.
All right.
Because like they're able to create pressures. And we watched a couple clips together and just how that rush marries with the coverage and how that's gotten so much better. How they're working together. It's just a great indication of the health of that defensive line and the health of this defense because they are making plays when need them to be made.
Hey, at the end of the day, quarterbacks in this league make plays. Uncomfortable quarterbacks make mistakes.
Sure.
And that's what this defensive line does. They force people to make mistakes. And can we build off of those mistakes is the question. But yes, it's very important to the defensive backfield that you get sacks.
Last one. Commanders have forced just 3 turnovers all year, worst in the NFL.
Very important.
Yeah,
all right?
Say,
you can hire me to steal a ball. I can average 1 a year. At the end of the day, I think with the defensive line playing as aggressive as they are, the back end and linebackers, we got to get turnovers.
And why is that? Why can't they get turnovers? So we talked about coverages, all the different things. In your opinion, what's up with that?
You know what? It's hard to make up because we talked about how active the front is. We talked about the DBs that we have. I just think sometimes the turnovers come in bunches and sometimes they don't come in bunches.
Thanks for watching Command Center. I'm Michael Jenkins. That's Logan Paulsen. Interesting. Fred Smoot. Important.
Oh.
That was backwards.
That was backwards.
Important. Yeah.